Isolated, remote, Alaska is believed to home the most fearsome beast on the planet, Bigfoot. But one place on the southern tip of the triangle is said to hold the largest Sasquatch population in North America, Prince of Wales Island. Encounters across this isle are now terrorizing those who live here.
Here kind of stood up and my chills down my back. They're all over Prince of Wales Island.
Boulder throwing and petrifying encounters. It seems these creatures will stop at nothing to stake their claim on this territory.
They want to keep humans away. They want to keep the humans out of their territory. So it could be dangerous.
Huge trees are being turned upside down and driven into the ground. Investigators unearth perhaps the most compelling evidence yet of a colony of Bigfoot.
This, to me, is the holy grail of Bigfoot researching. This is proof. It's an upside-down tree.
Prince of Wales Island in Alaska. With over 2,500 square miles of terrain, it's America's fourth largest island, close to the size of Delaware. But with a population of just 6,000, it's one of the most remote corners of the triangle. An ideal hiding place for the most fearsome creature of them all, Bigfoot.
Everywhere we're looking right here, there is no one out there right now. It's very, very remote. I think that's one of the reasons it's such a good place for something like Bigfoot to live.
Local trapper and hunter Bill Musser has lived on the island for most of his life. Like many islanders, he has a story to tell about a brush with the Bigfoot who are said to roam here. His encounter came recently when he was out hunting with his cousin.
You know, we packed in a small motor and tooled around the lake a little bit and explored.
They decided to build a trapper's cabin to use as their base. But soon they realized they weren't alone in the woods.
We start hearing some banging on a tree across the way.
Knowing they were the only humans in these woods, Bill and his cousin were unnerved by this bizarre sound.
We would pound a little bit and it would pound back at us. 3, maybe 4 good whacks at a time. I don't know any animal that can do anything like that. There was something in the woods whacking the trees.
After hearing similar reports of Bigfoot nearby, Bill came to one sinister conclusion.
I believe it was the Bigfoot, especially with all the other sightings that have happened on the island.
Sasquatch researcher Cliff Barrickman believes this tree pounding by Bigfoot is a telltale sign of the creature marking its territory.
It's been noted as far back as the late 1950s that Bigfoot tends to bang on logs or do something like that. We call it tree knocking. It's very often deployed to let the other Sasquatches in the area know that something has changed, like maybe somebody's come into an area. A similar behavior has been well documented in gorillas. They clap their hands to warn the other gorillas that, hey, intruders are in the area, you know? I think Sasquatches use this form of communication for something similar, but sometimes those tree knocks can be very threatening to the humans.
It seems that those who haven't heeded these warning signs have often faced consequences.
There have been a small number of cases when people have been out in the woods hunting or foraging, and then they hear these knocking noises.
Some have dared follow the sounds deeper into the woods.
And when they went to investigate, they observed a Sasquatch. There's one message that comes to mind: get the hell out.
This could be a warning from the Bigfoot here that they will now seize control of this island. In the town of Heidelberg, the tales of Sasquatch encounters have long been passed down through the generations of Native Alaskans. But for islanders like Paul Washington Sr., these incidents seem to have become frighteningly more common. Paul tells of one encounter while working as a flagger on the roads.
We were working up at 7 Mile Bridge, they call it. There was 2 of us flaggers.
Paul stopped for a break. Suddenly, he heard something in the woods.
Right in front of me, there's a Sasquatch looking at me. I just froze.
Paul radioed for help, then set off towards his colleague, who was alone and unaware of their predicament.
I put my eyes down on the road and I started walking toward her.
She too heard a rustle in the trees.
All of a sudden, there was a big scream on the radio. It said there was a Sasquatch right in front of her.
Though there was not just one, but 2 Bigfoot now approaching.
There was 2 of them coming to us. My hair stood up and my chills down my back.
Next, Paul says backup raced to the scene. But the pair of Bigfoot had vanished as quickly as they'd appeared. For now, it seemed Paul and his colleague were safe. Though after his run-in with 2 of these creatures, Paul is now wary whenever he's out hunting.
I always look behind my back, even when I'm on my 4-wheeler. They're all over Prince of Wales Island.